Alright, it's time for me to talk about the future of Doom. I feel like it's a good time to talk about it, especially we're now 3 months after its release. Let's start off with campaign. From what I gathered, it seems like most Doom fans want campaign DLC or some sort of expansion to it. I am no different. I would love to have future campaign DLCs as long they're good and reasonably priced. There's going to be some sort of arcade mode which has already been confirmed a month ago, and I don't know how I feel about that. They say it's going to be different than how you would normally play, but I just never been a fan of a score attack type of mode unless you're getting into like getting high scores and all of that, but I just never really enjoyed that type of stuff. I want to play how I want to play and not be forced by a particular style to get me that high score, especially in SnapMap. If you want high scores, you basically just glory kill targets, and I don't want to glory kill every kill I get because it gets really boring, but I'll eventually talk about SnapMap soon. If there's anything I want in a campaign DLC, I definitely want the campaign to be more faster paced with the combat and have more action going on than the main campaign. Also, a higher standard would be nice, like making it more challenging than the original campaign or making you fight the tougher enemies right off the bat. That's really all I gotta say for campaign. Let's get into multiplayer. Multiplayer is now officially the weakest part of Doom ever since the title update for SnapMap happened. I highly doubt id will improve upon it by adding a movement system allowing you to carry all weapons or making the game more complex and deeper, but it's still fun for what it is. I really believe the DLC just bombed horribly. It had a horrible launch on Xbox One because it wasn't working, and Doom's multiplayer was heavily criticized by players and critics alike. I think id Software and Bethesda are probably rethinking their DLC plans currently because I don't think the next multiplayer map pack is going to sell as well like the last one. I also heard the DLC playlist is pretty much dead from the people who own the DLC, so they just give a clearer indication of how bad it bombed. It sucks that I'm never gonna perfect my achievements because I have no plans on getting these maps unless they're free, and I didn't like the idea that they added achievements with the DLC too. I still hope to see more playlists happening like deathmatch or having private matches. I also want to see them try to do something with the multiplayer portion of SnapMap because that's really the most ignored game mode in my opinion because SnapMap is so focused on single player and co-op. I feel like it should be integrated with the main multiplayer in some form, like a special playlist, a special 2v2 playlist with maps made from other players or a special 4-man FFA, because I don't think it's possible to play the multiplayer portion of SnapMap unless you have friends with you. Speaking of SnapMap, let's talk about SnapMap. SnapMap has the best possibility of its future. The title update did so much and it really impressed me, and I hope the second update will do the same. I want to see more textures with the player blocking volume, and I want it to be a solid object to not just the players but the enemies too, because it's so annoying that you gotta add barricades in those blocks so enemies don't go out of them. It shouldn't be called a player blocking volume, but just a blocking volume. I want to see more props, whether it's hell themed or tech based themed. I really just want to see more stuff that'll inspire me to create more custom modules, because the original props didn't do that other than the window props, but it was still lacking. I really appreciated seeing what players were able to do before the hell props and title update, but there was a reason why I didn't make maps with custom modules until the update. There's more I want to see, like changing colors of objects or enemies. It would be nice to change the colors of a Baron if you want to create another kind of Baron, like a boss instead of a normal enemy. That would be a nice indication to the player. If I could change the colors of the walls, that will allow me to get more creative with the objects. Like maybe I can possibly create an Egyptian themed type of level, or a red black hellish type of wall, or something like that. I think it's safe to say if you make maps on SnapMap, there's so much you can list for your wish list for the next update. I remember they confirmed that SnapMap would allow you to connect levels together, but we haven't seen that happening. But it might happen for the next update. I think that's gonna be cool, and it's almost going to be like an episode from Classic Doom, and this will definitely open like a community chest type of thing for Doom 2016. I would love to see what kind of opportunities are going to happen if we can connect levels from one to another. So those are my opinions on the future of Doom, and I thought it would be nice to make this video because there hasn't been anything official for Doom's future. We still have no idea if it is going to make a campaign DLC, which is what a lot of fans seem to want, the future of the multiplayer season pass, and the future of SnapMap. Hopefully there will be some news coming ahead, because as a Doom fan, I want to know where Doom is heading right now.